My name is Brian Rogers, and I have been keeping this secret for about a month now. In May 2nd, 1963, was the day I was involved in a plane crash. Let me just get straight to the story. It was just an ordinary flight for me. We took off from Los Angeles, and we were headed toward Mexico City. Our plane had finally reached the city of Mexico, but that's when this thing broke out of the cargo area and started to just consume everyone and everything. Everyone was screaming for their lives while I stayed in shock. I was horrified and was about to cry when I saw adults and kids get tear apart. I was about to vomit, but that's when the creature noticed me and was about to lunge at me. I got through my senses and threw myself across the other aisle of the plane. The creature hit the wall of the plane, cracking the window during the process. I ran to the front of the plane and started banging on the cabin doors. I wanted to warn them from what was going on, but the creature was already behind me. I turned around, and it looked like it had gotten bigger. I again dodged the creature, which threw itself against the cabin door, breaking it open. The creature started to attack the pilots. I was sick to my core. What had I done? I still have that guilty feeling that I had killed two innocent people, and the only people that could have helped me through this situation. I was on my own now, so I hid in the bathroom, praying the creature didn't notice me. I felt the plane starting to go in a nosedive. I hung on tight and prayed for dear life I make it out alive. I heard an explosion and the wall behind me exploded, sucking me out during the process. I remember feeling a lot of pressure on my chest and air hitting my face really badly to the point where I couldn't even breathe. I woke up to find myself floating in a pond. I got up and I saw in the distance a massive fire. I also heard some people screaming, then a roar. A few minutes after the roar, something rose from the trees. It was a massive creature. It walked on all fours, was covered in flesh, and even pieces of the plane still attached on to the creature. I've never told a single soul on what happened that night. I don't even know where that creature was, or if it was already discovered. For my safety, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Later on, the plane was reported missing and the US government assumed the Mexican military shot it down. I want to tell everyone what happened, but I know it will come with serious consequences. But if I don't say anything either, it will also lead to serious consequences too. I don't know if I could keep this secret up for too much long. But there is one thing I'm still worried about the most. Where is this thing?
Sir, I got bad news. It seems as if this creature is covered with a small level of radiation, but if we let the creature attack nuclear power plants, the radiation will grow rapidly.
Shit. We need to evacuate New York City as soon as possible.
We only have 15 minutes left before it reaches Brooklyn. Sir, there are more reports on the unidentified creature. The creature seems to be growing every 10 minutes or so. And for anyone who is near or around the area the radiation is, they start to get sick or infected.
We need to send in reinforcements. Send the US military. We will also need some Air Force fighters. Wait. Did you say infected?
Breaking news. Here in the city of New York is being attacked by a creature that appeared out of the Atlantic Ocean. The creature seems to be covered in small levels of radiation, but if this creature reaches one of our nuclear power plants, its radiation will continue to increase. Please evacuate the city and wear masks when leaving your homes. The creature has turned towards Manhattan and left total destruction in Brooklyn. downtown New York. The city has been completely demolished, and the creature had reached a power plant in the middle of the city. Here are some pictures of the aftermath after the creature had ate the nuclear waste.
Jesus.
We also have new updates on the changes of the creature. As you can see, the creature's size has doubled and the radiation takes up half of Manhattan's park.
So what do we do now? I mean, we can't just nuke the creature. It literally feeds off of radiation. We're just gonna make it more powerful.
I think. Oh my god.
What?
The creature is heading towards John F. Kennedy International Airport.
What is that supposed to mean?
Sir, the creature we are dealing with right now is a plane. The creature is gonna spread its flesh like a virus until you
Christmas season is finally here. May mga naninibago, may nasasabik, at may abala pa. Pero, kahit
Hello all JFK passengers. Currently all flights have been canceled due to a request from the government. We are currently
breaking news. Here in the city of New York is being attacked by a creature that appeared out of the Atlantic Ocean. The creature seems to be covered in small levels of radiation, but if this creature reaches one of our nuclear power plants, its radiation will continue to increase. Please evacuate the city and wear masks when leaving your homes.
Welcome to the aviation complex industry. We started this project right after the attack of New York City. After the attack, we began to study this creature, and what the effects are to human bodies due to its radiation around itself. Our goal is to succeed on defeating this creature to avoid it of being a global threat throughout the planet. We have captured 10 aircrafts that have been infected by the creature. When the creature encounters an aircraft, it grabs a nearby citizen, then proceeds to bite down on the living organism, then throws them inside of the aircraft. The body later then starts to get covered in living flesh, which then covers the entire body. After that stage, it proceeds to grow then spread throughout the aircraft, which will later then break apart and become alive. We will begin this test to show you how easily it is to spot an infected aircraft.
Unknown aircraft has been detected near the San Francisco Bay. Please evacuate the premises immediately. Unknown aircraft has been detected near the San Francisco.
Welcome to the aviation complex industry. You are now a mutated remover. In this job, you will have to eliminate the mutated monsters that are roaming around the city. You will be equipped with a flamethrower, 2 layers of gloves, and a hazmat suit. Your job is to remove all of the mutated flesh that are left behind the creature. Also, you must document everything. Your suit will be equipped with a body cam to record everything. You will be dropped off in a city that has been destroyed by one of these creatures. You do get a choice. You can choose New York City, San Francisco, and San Antonio. If you ever encounter with a mutated creature, use your flamethrower towards it. It won't kill the creature, but it will slow it down.
速報ニュース。東京湾から飛行機のような生き物が現れ、原子力発電所を探してうろうろしているようです。これは米国を攻撃したのと同じ生き物のようですが、町に破壊を引き起こさなかったため、こちらは落ち着いているようです。
We have now captured the B-37, which was near the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. It fell into one of our giant facilities, which is where it's being held. Updates on the B-37. The aircraft seems to have reached stage 3. It has now grown to at least 2,453 feet. There are a few changes on the creature, which by that I will read out. One is a pink, like glowing effect on its neck. 2, of course, is its growth. 3rd, one giant horn on each side of the legs. 4th, spikes have now started to grow out of the body to replace the dorsal fin. And 5th, near the stomach of the creature it seems to have bodies of human remains. One of my personal favorites. B-27. Anyways, updates on the creature. It has now grown up to 1,246 feet tall. 2. The creature had begun to grow fins on its legs. 3. The creature's legs seem to have a glow white effect. 4th, its flesh seems to be melting a little. 5th, the creature seems to be overheating but shows no reaction to it. Poor thing.
JBW News. Today's broadcast takes place in downtown Chicago, after it was attacked by an infected aircraft. The military is currently making an attempt to defeat this creature before it reaches a nuclear power plant. Almost half of the Chicago skyline has been destroyed, leaving the iconic Willis Tower standing in the mist.
No, I won't let you.
We need to try.
You will end everyone if you do.
I'm sorry.
Help me with the baby. She's stuck.
They will.
Mom, look.
The government is currently on the lookout for whoever sent that atomic bomb. Thousands of people lost their lives and hundreds of thousands of people have lost their lives. The creature is currently missing, and not a single sign is of evacuation.
We are still looking for these aircrafts. They are known to be the largest planes in the world. We must destroy these planes before they become the reason of the end of humanity. We must face the consequences for creating these creatures.
Today's news takes place in Toronto Pearson International Airport. The airport is extremely busy due to the attacks in the US. Thousands of people are moving north towards Greenland for evacuation. Thousands of planes are falling from the sky. The aviation complex industry is currently finding a reason for this attack. It's happening every...
Currently, thousands of planes have been falling out of the sky. The reason for this issue is because of the B-37's electromagnetic pulse. This led to all technology around the globe to shut off. Power sources, vehicles, and technology were all affected during this attack. It took about an hour for the power to turn back on. After the incident, people's bodies began to fuse together inside of the planes. Lately there had been 12 infected aircrafts spotted all around Canada. Some were even spotted swimming in the Pacific and the Atlantic Ocean.
B-37 has absorbed a huge amount of radiation, and we don't know where. We have to find a way to defeat this creature, since military attacks are no use.
There is one way. We need to report this to the government. The B-27 is getting closer to Paris.
Greg. We can't. The B-37's pulse took out our power. Even our backup generators aren't working. I think we're just gonna have to watch.
Are you crazy? Thousands of lives are in our hands. Let alone we might get fired. I joined this team to get revenge on one of those creatures for killing my family. I'm not just gonna sit here and watch.
falling in mine. tears must fall, but someday the sun will shine. Some folks can lose the blues.
He is still frozen in Antarctica. If we nuke the area, he will be able to break free and be able to consume the radiation of the atomic bomb.
Look, the plan might work. But there are consequences for this if we nuke Antarctica. Tsunamis may reach coastal cities, and global warming will be a bigger problem than what we are dealing with right now. People are depending on us. We can't risk any more lives.
Can't risk any more lives? Kenji, these creatures are able to erase mankind. If we don't do anything now, then we may have to face the extinction of humanity.
I'll see what I can do. But if anything goes wrong, it's on you.
Order food you love with Foodpanda. Download the app and order now.
Food Panda.
Thank you both for coming here on time. I really appreciate it.
It's no problem, Mr. President.
So I've heard about this plan of yours. May you explain it to me in more detail?
Well, we know military forces and atomic weapons are no use towards these creatures, and they are able to regenerate even during the attacks. But during the San Antonio attack, the A-38 and the B-75 were attacking each other with atomic lasers. The A-38 was able to defeat the B-75 with a power called the atomic ball, which gave me the idea. If these creatures can die by atomic lasers, then that means they can die by an atomic breath, which is hotter than the sun itself.
So what are you trying to say here?
He's suggesting that we release God's...
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm willing to take that risk. So many bad things could happen if we do release him.
I agree, Isamu. We don't even know if he'll even be on our side.
You guys have to take the risk. Rather, we let him fight these creatures off, or we die with them.
Fine, I will agree on this, but I can't be the only one. There has to be a vote. You'll have to talk to the other moderators.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Air quality has gotten worse throughout the time of the attacks. Everyone must remain indoors to avoid the radiation that is spreading around the world. The government is now giving out an air quality cleaner to remove the remaining radiation inside of your homes. The sky has been yellow throughout the past week and has been getting darker. Reports say that as soon as this incident started, people were getting infected. If you decide to leave your homes, make sure to wear masks to protect yourself from the radiation. There will be military patrol around every block to make sure nobody leaves their homes unless it is an emergency. Today, a new infected aircraft has been spotted in the middle of Shanghai. But this is the least violent infected aircraft so far. The creature just walks and doesn't really pay attention to the citizens. The creature still causes damage, but not like the other mutants. This infected aircraft is now named the DC-10, which, as you can tell by the name, uses the head of a DC-10. Right now, the military is leaving this creature alone, as they do not want any trouble with the creature.
complex industry. Just like everyone else, we are trying to survive this apocalyptic event that is happening everywhere around the globe. What we know so far is that these creatures are very violent, and they cause massive destruction. It is still unknown to why these creatures are destroying cities. So, how do you survive this apocalyptic event? First, you have to always be wearing a mask when outside, because not only are you breathing in the dust clouds that come from collapsing buildings, but you are also breathing in the radiation that comes from these creatures. Second, always have a weapon on you the entire time, as the infected creatures might be roaming around the area. If an infected person gets inside your home, put on your mask and hide. Only engage when the mutants have found out.
A cruise ship had split in half in the Indian Ocean. There were 1,256 passengers, and only 985 passengers were rescued out of the ship. Many bystanders say that a massive shark fin, made of flesh, appeared out of the ocean and crashed into the ship.
I'm crazy strong, huh? You good?
Shark fin, made of flesh, appeared out of the ocean and crashed into the ship.
The DC-10 was spotted consuming radiation from one of our nuclear reactors. We assume that the creature is just feeding on radiation, but the aviation complex industry is saying that it is sensing a threat and it is preparing for it.
creatures attacked the city of Shanghai, there had been an increase of radiation throughout the area. So if you are in a 10-mile radius near the city, evacuate immediately before it is too late. There will be military aircrafts in every airport to help you evacuate the city. Make sure not to bring your weapon.
As we observed the damage of downtown New York, we decided to study the destruction and how much damage it can cause. We can inform that we are designing a mechanical creature that will be under our control and be able to defeat these creatures. It's time that we start fighting back against these fleshy monsters and gain our nation back to how it was.
Are you ready for the Broken Walls Challenge? The old walls across the battlefield have crumbled.
We have captured multiple people that have been infected by the radiation from these creatures. We've placed them inside of metal rooms to see what the effects are to a human body when it was exposed to the radiation from these creatures.
Vicks Vapo Drops Lozenges. Its mentholated Vicks vapors help to relieve sore throat and cough.
Cut!
So smooth. What's new?
Just my new Mach 3 razor.
Gillette Mach 3 with skin comfort blades that glide through hair for irresistible smoothness. Gillette Mach 3.
Godzilla, a creature that was once king of the monsters and ruled the planet, was released out of Antarctica and was seen swimming around the Indian Ocean. Ever since Godzilla was released, he has absorbed half of the radiation that was polluting in the sky from these creatures. Godzilla was last seen emerging from Tokyo Bay in the destroyed city that was once attacked by the B-37. Although Godzilla was released from Antarctica, it wasn't where Godzilla was from. In 1936, 3 teens discovered a stone, which was in the shape of a triangle, had a dinosaur head and had a pink glow effect around the stone. The teens thought it was some type of crystal, and they decided to break it open. So they threw a heavy rock onto the stone. After the rock made connection with the stone, a bright pink flash appeared right in front of them, blinding them in the process. After that, a large dinosaur creature with spines on its back appeared and began roaring non-stop. The creature started walking towards the town, completely ignoring the kids. The creature began destroying the town and lasering it to pieces. After the creature had finished the town off, it walked into the ocean never to be seen again. Until now. In ancient paintings, show that there are more kaiju stones hidden somewhere around the planet, as they show 5 triangles and the symbol of the names. First is G, which symbolizes for Godzilla. Second is K, for King Ghidorah. Third is R, for Roshi. Then S, for Shimu, which we have found buried in the ice in Antarctica and is held heavily in our facility. And last is B for bio.
Breaking news. An infected aircraft has appeared in the middle of downtown Houston. The city is currently under evacuation. Ever since the infected aircraft